Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, with the weather being all cold and the trees have lost their leaves, I think it is time for a Christmas video. But I do want to just say that unfortunately I've been really busy with another project and I don't really have much time for a full-on Christmas video, but I do have something else. So here in Holland we have this holiday called Sinterklaas or Saint Nicholas. So this is a really fun time. We do this alongside Christmas, which is the 25th, but this is on the 5th. And so when we get a bit older with family, we like to make surprises. So these really intricate little things, or they can be a lot bigger too. And then we hide a present in there. So yeah, that is basically what I made here. And then my brother got it. And he gave it back to me because I really liked it. And that is where I hid my present. So these little projects are a lot of fun and I really like crafting, but I thought it could be really nice to repurpose this and make it Christmas themed. So these flags can actually be removed just like that because I thought in advance about this. And now we get to do some Christmas decorations and get it all nice and cozy. So let's do that. So what is something that we usually hang in front of a fireplace? Of course, it's a stocking. So I thought I could make a miniature stocking. Now this is, just keep in mind, I usually sell for a smart doll. This is not the correct size for a smart doll. I sized this according to my fireplace, which I made. So just keeping that in mind. But you can of course make these stockings in any kind of size you would like. You just need to draw out a base pattern, just like I did here, and then you just trace it out. It is simple as that. And then I'm going to be adding some nice little details because I don't want just a plain green stocking. That's boring. No. We like to put extra work in it because it's cozy time. Now let's get the white in there, and I'm going to be tracing out this top part only and just adding a nice little curve. Kind of reminds me of snow. So let's do it. Now this white part just gets placed right on top of that, and I was debating if there was like a side that better fit. I determined in the end it doesn't really matter, but I am going in there with some embroidery floss and just embroidering on there. So I'm starting on this one with just 3 brown sticks, and ignore the ugly backside. And then I'm going in with dark green and just putting on little branches. So in case you hadn't noticed it in the little beginning bit, or you haven't studied my picture yet, I am making a little Christmas tree. 3 of them to be exact. Now this did take a little bit more time just because I was trying to figure out the placement of these. Honestly, you just wing it and you just have fun. Do as many branches and bits as you want. And I don't think I actually counted them. But just make sure you end up in a little triangle up the top, you know, just sloping down. And once you've done that 3 times, this is what it looks like. And you can finish the first stocking basically there. But because I do want to make it Christmassy, I'm just gonna add in there a little bright yellow star on the center tree. Just the center one, it's a bit more of an accent. So yeah, and that's my little star. So once you're happy, you're gonna cut the thread and place it right on top of the stocking, just like that. Now I have some white threads, embroidery floss again, on my needle, and now I'm just gonna do the blanket stitch. So to do the blanket stitch, it is basically just going through that first loop every time you do a stitch, which leaves you with like a nice border on the edge there. So I'm just trying to figure out my starting so it's not as clean on the blanket. I always struggle with the beginning bit. I'm sure there are much better tutorials than mine for this one. But basically, I throw the thread to the other side, stick the needle in on the next gap, and then pull it while letting the little thread just pull tight around it. Just like that. And I'm just gonna keep doing that all the way around, just pulling over the thread and then going through pulling tight. So not much to it, quite honestly. But yeah, I did do the blanket stitch on purpose because I thought it would look really nice with the edging on there in white. So yeah, I've just sped up this video. It honestly takes a bit of time, especially as I was going really slow, just watching a movie while I was doing this. So if you're wondering why I'm going off screen so much, it's because I was watching my movie and kind of forgetting to stay in frame. Sorry about that. I did try to stay in frame most of the time. Most of the time. Now at this point I have gone almost fully around, just left the top bit open, and as you can see I have grabbed some green embroidery floss and I'm just making a little loop and tying a knot. So this is gonna be where we hang our little stocking from. So yeah, and then I'm sticking that little loop in between the two layers of the stocking and the white piece. Now just a little side note, if you do want to make this a working stocking that you could put something in for your dolls, then you just need to make another green stocking and then sewing it, but leaving the top open, okay? By the way, also to sew this top closed, it was just a straight running stitch, not a blanket stitch. And there we go, that is our stocking done with a cute little embroidery detail. Anyway, let's make another one because it's Christmas. We need a red one. Red and green, Christmas colors. So yeah, I've gone ahead and cut that out. Also cut my white piece out. And now you can see me with some more of the brown embroidery floss. And we are going to color the back with a pen first. Basically, I was just drawing out some branches, you know, something that reminded me of a branch. I don't look at branches very often, but I tried just to doodle something. And now I'm just doing a simple running stitch to get the detail on there. And once you have your branches all done, it is time to get some red embroidery floss in there. Yes, some red. We are going to make some of those little red Christmas... I don't even know what you call them. What are they? Like the little... like they're not cherries. Like the thingies, you know? Like the Google to the rescue. They are the holly berries, you know, the small clusters of the bright red berries. They're holly. I should have known that, but yeah. Now we know. Those berries are the holly berries. And to make these, I am just basically making little knots. So I'm going through there and then pulling my needle through the little loop and pulling that tight to get like a 3D effect. So I'm sure there's like an actual embroidery technique, but this is how I decided to do it for someone who normally doesn't really embroider. I thought this turned out really well, so yeah. And I'm just repeating this a couple of times until I'm happy. In the same spot, made a couple of the little berries, and then I'm just moving on to the next branch. And with all the holly berries done, this is what it's looking like. It's looking pretty cute, right? And then I'm going in it again with the white and the blanket stitch, and I'm going all the way around once again. And weirdly enough, this is kind of therapeutic while watching a Christmas movie, so just have fun and enjoy and take your time on this. And don't worry about it too much, it being neat or even, because just don't. It doesn't have to be. Just relax and watch your movie. And now we take our red embroidery thread once again. We're gonna make that little loop like we did on the green. And then we're gonna stuff that in. And yes, I am using a pair of really sharp pair of scissors to get them in there. Like a pair of tweezers would have been so much easier, but did I end up grabbing those? No! Because I was watching a movie and I didn't want to stand up, so scissors it was. But hey, got the job done, so do whatever works, right? Anyway, we're just getting those in there, and now we're gonna do the running back stitch across the top to close it off. And with that all done, you should now have this adorable red stocking with some holly berries on there. Yay! So let's make a third and final one. This really cute yellow one. Yeah, we're gonna add some little felt details to it instead of embroidering. Well, we're still using embroidery thread, but not necessarily embroidering as much. So yeah, get your white and get your yellow, and now I am cutting out a pair of leaves and a little red heart. Now I am going to resize these and make these smaller than I initially did, but just so you know that. The leaves do not need to be attached. It was just the way I ended up cutting them, and they were still attached, and I thought that was really handy, so I just left them attached. And don't forget to make your little yellow loop. If you hadn't noticed, I'm really liking the matching thing, the green loop to the green, you know. Anyway, this is what it's going to look like, and now we're just gonna grab some matching thread, so the red thread to sew the red heart, and this is just a little line from the center to each end. It's not going all the way around or anything, as long as it's stuck in place. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the green, just running a little line on each side, just to make sure it is stuck in place. Okay, so that's basically it for this one. So this is probably the fastest one of all three, if you exclude the time for cutting out the pieces to the exact size. Yeah. Anyway, so we have this, and now we're gonna do with white our, say it with me, blanket stitch all the way around, all the way around. And there we go, speeding up. It is actually going really fast, and it is time to add the little yellow loop. So let's add the loop. Yeah, I did not totally forget about adding the loop. And I did not add any felt to the back to attach the loop. I was really organized and I did not forget to do that. I did not forget, right? Anyway, this is our little yellow stocking. And I have to say, this yellow is really fluorescent. So now that we have these three, I thought it'd be really nice to make like a little garland to go with it. So I've got this really cute wool with a glitter, which I thought could work really well since it's like the Christmas theme that we have. But this is a little bit thin. So I took out my crochet hook and I tried something, and now we have this. And I think this is gonna be much better. And yeah. So I'm just gonna make it however long I want it to be, and then attach these to it. So I did crochet just a single chain to the exact length that I wanted it to be to go with my little fireplace. And now I'm grabbing some more of the yellow embroidery, red. God, gotta get my colors right there. I'm grabbing some more of that red embroidery floss and I'm attaching them with little bows. So I am starting with the yellow one because I thought that would be really nice to add in the middle since it has both the red and green felt. Although, it doesn't really matter in the end anyway. I just thought this could be really nice to put in the middle and then the other two on each side. And I'm just getting those in the right spot and tying them up. And this is the final result. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was definitely different from what I usually do, but I had so much fun. It was just really nice letting go in this really busy period while still making something really nice and decorative, but it's also not really in the way or anything. Just really nice and cozy. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. Please like and subscribe, it really helps my channel out, and leave a comment down below on any ideas you have. I would love to hear them. Bye!